Welcome to Keeper Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl here to bring you another reading for Aries. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. We're starting out with the star 17. It's funny. I said 17 just before I started this read. So the star card, destiny is here. It's upon you. You're focused. You're looking into change. There's a change of attitude that needs to take place, that may have already taken place, because we're already past the first eclipse. So that the lunar eclipse is where you would see that something needs to change. I've had enough of this. I don't want that. Or I'm not changing my mind about what I want because I'm focused on what I really want. But this is a sense of stubbornness. And that in itself needs to change. It's a mindset. And then this card wants to show itself. We see the Queen of Pentacles. So it could be that we're standing on our own. We're stubborn enough. We're standing on our own. We're focused on, I want to do this. This is what I want. Because we see the star card and we know that when the pentacles come around, it is focus on doing the work, focus on getting into the future. And we see our high priest and the 7 of Wands coming in here for our queen. So doing the right thing, knowing what is right, what is best, and moving forward, going to a higher level of relationship, being on the defense, pushing back, not allowing certain people into our circle. Aries, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. And the deck splits again. We have the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups, and then we see our 8 of Swords come back again. So we're looking for a new beginning. We're wanting to make an offer to someone. We're focused on what it is we really want. We're looking into changing how we think about certain people or where we are, what we do for work. We are looking for, I want to focus on what I want. I want to focus on what I love to do. And we're being very stubborn about it, whether it is to be changing how we feel or that we are dealing with someone who is quite stubborn. Wow. Getting right into the read, and I'm like a little bit lost for words. Again, we see the 5 of Pentacles jumping out here with the 4 of Cups. So together that makes a 9 in numerology. And 9s are, we're getting to the peak of, we're coming towards the end of. That stubbornness is what these two cards are showing here. Not good enough. And I'm not interested enough, or I'm not interesting enough for someone. Could be you feeling that way. Someone needs to have the courage to change that mindset. Could be you feeling like this about yourself, Aries. That you're feeling lonely. You're feeling lonely because you're not surrounded by people who uplift you. And you're seeing that you need to have the courage to lift yourself up out of those types of connections. Coming into abundance. Putting an end to a cycle even. Having the courage to walk away and take care of you. Because you're feeling unloved, unwanted. Or you're dealing with someone who is. And here we see the 7 of Swords with the 9 of Swords. And that just tells us that there's, again, lies, deceits, concern for how people treat me, how people talk to me. I've been lied to. I'm depressed. I can't deal with. I don't want to deal with. Not worthy. I'm really worried. Nobody loves me. I don't have anybody in my life. I want to have people around me. I'm tired of being alone. What am I doing wrong that I can't have the relationship that I know I want? Why is this person so mean to me? Is something I'm hearing as well. And then we have the Seven of Cups, the confusion in marriage. Why are they cheating on me? Why do I deserve to be cheated on? All these questions is helping you to see that you need to take care of you, Aries. You need to step away. You need to step away from that kind of chaos and be determined. Even if you have to fight, argument-wise, because he's very aggressive in verb. Very dirty language too, in some cases. And then we have the Ace of Cups, being to express the love, being able to share with another person and have that determination. Speaking the truth too, because he's not just saying bad words, he's telling the truth. And then this card, let go. Manifesting what you want and having the determination behind that manifestation. Really speak your mind. You want to break away, you want to get people away from you, you want to keep people from coming into your circle, and you're manifesting for that. You want to go on your own. You're determined. You're determined to speak your mind, and you're determined to share that love with someone. Aries, it's that moon, that eclipse of the moon is bringing us toward the solar eclipse, because that's where the truth comes. That's where you'll be able to speak your mind, because the moon in itself is clearing out your mind, or making things make sense, and seeing certain truths or hearing certain truths about people that you didn't think were actually true. You were thinking, no, that's not possible. They never gave me that impression, and here it is. You're really paying attention to how you've been treated, and you're waiting for the right moment for some to say, no more, I'm done, I'm out. And then others of you have that sense of justice, seeking that truth from inside. Am I really like this? Did I do that? I didn't know that what I did would have that effect. Truth. The devil is showing himself too, to say that, yeah, you really need to focus. You really need to work on, and that stubbornness, not letting go, is a problem. Now take that as it resonates. Could be for you, could be for somebody else. This is all about you, Aries. That hard work that you've done, justice is coming in. Queen of Cups says you're very aware. You're very aware of what you have done within a relationship, and you're learning about yourself through whatever stubbornness may be occurring with the person or persons in your circle. Maybe you're starting to realize that it is you, or it really is them, who you're dealing with, that is preventing you from really being true to yourself. Like, if it is what they are doing, or if it is how you are behaving, your true self is what you need to expose. Your true self is what you need to go look and see. And you will have a second chance, because you are so loving and caring, or you're dealing with a water sign who is loving and caring, and they want to give you a second chance. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me, keeping me safe. Aries, thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. Let's see. I'm using the Herbal Tarot. This is by Michael Tierra and Candice Cante. And alongside that is I've brought back the Herbal Astrology for the guidance, and I've added the energy oracle by Sandra and Taylor. Did I say this was Adriana Ayales for the Herbal Astrology? For the energy oracles, it is Sandra and Taylor, which I really love how it connects with the positioning of the card for the environment that you can't see that is around you. It expands on that meaning, that card, whatever it is. It gives a deeper insight, and I really like how it connects. So I use it to enhance that meaning, and I'll show you. We'll pull it out when we get to that card in the Celtic cross. Aries, starting off with Seven of Pentacles. What you've done, you're waiting for some kind of fruition. You're hoping, you're being patient. Maybe you're dealing with somebody at work, somebody in your circle, someone who is probably a spouse or a partner, whomever, friend, family. You're dealing with somebody, you're being very patient, and you've worked hard either with them or around them or for them, and you're waiting for some kind of payback to come. Here we see celebration. We see that coming together, that communication, that emotional connection. And Spirit is testing you with this, because for some of you it could mean a third-party situation has come up or is returning, because we're looking at this as what's crossing you. So this is something where you may have had a situation of a breakup and someone wants to reconcile, or you're finding out through very slow process that there is a third party that is involved in a particular circle that you may be dealing with, and you have to work with them, you have to work around them, you have to deal with them, you have to come face to face with something. Spirit is testing you here. Again, I said it's either a reconciliation or a third party situation of sorts. It's not just, oh, they're cheating on me, but I can't rule that out, because it is a 3, and it is the emotion. So it is love, it is either family, it is friendship, it is work, it is whomever in your circle. And you're showing up here with I say you, this is your mind. This is what you are looking forward to. This is what is above you. This is what is driving your spirit. This is what you want to see come to you. You want to have the truth. Again, you're being patient. So you have air, water, and earth in the mix here. So you're looking for a sense of stability. Probably with the relationship that you're dealing with, that you're being tested by. Spirit has put someone in your path that is going to make you feel, again, we saw the 5 of Pentacles, we saw the 5 of Cups, if I'm not mistaken. But you're going to feel, that is what this is all about, the emotions. And it is either to enjoy and have a celebration, or it is to reckon with a third person where there's an imbalance in the relationship. Maybe someone someone else is getting the attention that you feel that you should be getting. And you have to work around that, or you have to work through that sensation, because it could mean that it's a third party, is a relative, is family, is close, is a particular closeness to whatever you're involved in with someone else other than the people or the person that you're dealing with. There is a third party, that third entity that is involved, and only you will know to what level. The truth about this whole circumstance as to, I've been waiting and now I find out I have to deal with a third person. What is this? You want the truth, and you're being doubly patient to get it. You're thinking, I'm going to wait. I want to wait and see what happens before I make a move. Because here you're waiting. You've done whatever it is that you had to do, and now you're waiting for the fruition. And then you find out that there is a third party, there is a celebration, there is an expansion, there is something emotional growing within the circle that you are in, and you want to wait before you can make a move. You want to wait to see what is going to come of this third party. You're learning about something about the third party. You're learning about how you feel about what is going on. You're learning. You're taking the advantage here. You're taking the opportunity to allow things to play out, and you want to see how far whatever it is will go before you really make up your mind about continuing with this endeavor, whether it is for work, or it is in family, or it is in a familiar circle. You want to see how it is going to play out before you really make a choice. Here we have our Six of Wands. So you were victorious in dealing with someone or something, some activity. You've been given recognition. You've been recognized for whatever it is that you're able to do, that whatever work you may have done in the past, and you've been given recognition. So you want to take that to a higher level. This is why you're waiting to see how something is going to play out. Here we see the Four of Cups. So it is quite interesting that you fall into a depressive state, or someone falls into a depressive state, not necessarily you, but then this is an elevation from the 3 to the 4. So more of the same is coming. This, whatever it is that is represented by the 3 of Cups, as in an expansion, a growth, or a person or persons, or the increase of emotion, it's coming to the point where either you will overcome and you say, I don't want this, I want something else. I don't want this. Whatever it is that I've had before. Again, the 3 cups are here. You're feeling like it's the same thing again. I don't want that. Because you're waiting to see something change, and you're feeling like it's not going to change. This is the future, but this is within the month of September going into the mid of October. You're very doubtful that it's going to change. This is why you're holding back. You're not seeing change that's coming in adequately. Things are not moving in the form of change. It's coming around to be the same. And you're holding yourself back. You're not saying anything because you don't want to be the catalyst. You're waiting. This is why you're not saying anything. You're just waiting. She is not talking. This page is not really speaking. He's learning. He's observing. He's given information and taking that information and mulling it over. And here you are just waiting. So there's no conversation on your part. Here you're not talking either. You're waiting. You're being held back. You're focusing on, again, we saw the star card. So you're really looking at your destiny, or you're hoping that things will change. So you're not trying to manipulate too much, even though you are manipulating. You're manifesting, you're wanting something, and you're putting it out there to spirit. And this is where you're being held back. Literally, you're not feeling like things are moving in your favor. You're feeling stopped and blocked because of a certain individual, or because of actions taken by certain individuals. The 8 of Swords is showing up to say that someone is being very stubborn. So whomever you're dealing with, again, it could be air signs, it could be earth signs, it could be water signs, it could even be fire signs. It doesn't really matter. We're not pulling out who is who in here, because it is about you. This is what you can't see. This is where I'm going to pull the energy card. So this is not you that's actually being so stubborn. This is someone else. But then it doesn't mean that you're not also stubborn, Aries, because you're quite stubborn as a general sign goes. You focus on what you want and you don't let anybody stop you. But here you are being held back. All right, let's see. I will take the card after I lay out the other cards. The Five of Pentacles. So this is the fear and desire section of this read, where your fears, your greatest fears, is that you will have to go off on your own. You will be alone and put out, or they will be, depending on who's feeling the sensation of I'm not worthy. If you are feeling that you're not worthy, then this is your fear. If you are strong and you are determined and you are open to new exciting adventures, then this is the other person who's feeling the fear. Or other people around you, they're not feeling like you want them around. It doesn't have to be just one person, it could be a group of people. Or it is that the desire here is to move off and be out of the circle and go on their own. If it is that you are feeling like that, could be that is your desire, because you don't want to be around people who give you a feeling of I'm not worthy, or I don't believe in what they do, and I don't celebrate as they do. Because this is a Seven of Cups in the end of the day. Broken as it may be, it is chaos and confusion. And you are keeping yourself away from that, as much as Spirit is guiding you to stay away from it, because you're not speaking. You're keeping to yourself. And you know the difference between right and wrong, and you're not interested in playing those games of chaos and confusion. Again, feeling like you don't belong. The final card is a 10 of Cups, and this 10 in this deck is not a very strong 10. It is more of an illusion of happiness. It is being deluded by what would be happiness, and not just the indulgence of confusion and chaos more than anything. Living in a little bubble and then realizing that it is going to pop. And when it does pop, well, there it is. All hell breaks loose. So we see the Magician here. So someone is manifesting. Could be you, because we saw this card earlier. That you're wanting to see change. You're waiting to see what you've done come in, and you want the truth, and you're really looking into what is around you. What is that information? And having had some recognition, you were victorious before now. It could be a month from now, it could be a few months from now, it could be a year from now. You decide how far back your victory spans. And then we see the Page of Pentacles. So more focusing on what I want is what this would say. And again, it is a healing sensation that's following with these two cards coming together. And I want to see the change. This is where you want to, the I want is stretching into, I want to see things change. I want to see my success. I want to be successful. I want to change the plan of where I am headed because of what I've been seeing. I don't feel like I belong. And someone is being very stubborn. I'm going to pull that card in a second. And then we have the Page of Cups. So someone may want to make that apology because they're realizing that you are being put out, or that you're made to feel like you don't belong. And the end of a relationship may be on the horizon, and they're feeling that if they don't apologize, that you will go. Here we see the Chariot, so another 7, and the 13 with the 10 of Swords. We'll stop there because we come back to the Ace of Cups that we saw at the beginning. And these three cards are really indicating how difficult this maneuver or this relationship or the change that you want to see. It's quite difficult, but it is going to happen in the end. You're going to let go. You have the 2 10s showing up here. And the illusion is where you will see the truth. You will find the truth when the illusion is popped. That bubble is popped. All right, let's take a look at the energy for the Eight of Swords, as in this is not you, this is someone else, and the environment around you is that you're dealing with stubborn people or a particular individual. For Aries, I'll do one more. I actually have to do two more. What is the oracle energy for the Eight of Swords for Aries? Thank you, Spirit. What is the oracle energy for the Eight of Swords for Aries? Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to take a random card. Happy family. So somebody really wants that. They're being stubborn. They're not letting go. Okay. Well, let's just place it here. That's this card. The Eight of Swords. So is it in the reverse or is it upright? Let's take a look. It is a 4, so it is a balance. It is trying to bring things back into balance. So maybe they are the one manifesting you, that they have that happiness with you. Closeness, fun, and caring, upright. The rainbow over this happy family portends a time of joy and celebration. Close connections are available, so don't overlook the fun and frivolity that a friend or family member or family experience can bring. Now remember, we saw that with our 3. It could be celebration, it could be third parties. The value that you find in a truly loving relative or friend brings a higher vibration to your life force. You may be distracted or busy, but remember to put this part of your life in the forefront of your priorities. If you're single, finding this card in your spread could indicate a potential meeting and perhaps relationship with someone who has children from a previous marriage. This ready-made family might bring some challenges, but it could be your destiny in this lifetime. This card may also simply signify a celebration coming up, such as a wedding, an anniversary, or birthday party. Enjoy. Now, I started out with that there is a third party involved, and you take it as it resonates. Here is the reverse now, because we don't know. It's not everybody's going to have this happy moment, and this is not just the 10 of Cups saying that you're ending up with a happy marriage. It could mean you're ending up with an illusion of sorts of a relationship. When the happy family card is reversed, it indicates a separation or emotional distance from family members or close friends. This disconnect may be from your family of origin, such as your parents or siblings, or it may be that something is standing between you and your present family. Perhaps whether it be your children, your spouse, or your spouse. There could be some hostilities that need to be worked out, or perhaps some fences that need to be mended. Communication and patience may be called for here. So let your intuition be your guide. Remember, real healing starts when you choose to become your own loving parent, sibling, spouse, friend, or child. We saw that in the Ace of Cups. Someone wants to come back. Someone wants to make an apology. Someone is telling truths. Someone wants a new beginning. Comes back to the 7. And this one makes 8 cups. So it could be someone wanting to come back or someone wanting to leave. Communication and patience may be called for here. So let your intuition be your guide. Remember, real healing starts when you choose to become your own loving parent, sibling, spouse, friend, or child. The lesson in every relationship is self-honoring, and sometimes the karma is just to let go. So you might have to just end this relationship. Again, it's coming up to the 10 of Cups. You're holding back. You want to see how something is going to play out before you make up your mind. The affirmation, if you'd like to meditate on this: I open myself to a new and deeper experience of family. I'm ready to see greater happiness there. I know that I am the loving family that I need. Being that you want to go off on your own, we saw that with the Queen of Cups or Queen of Pentacles. Let's see what the guidance for the future. This is our future card here. Thank you, Spirit. What is the guidance for Aries? The month of September. This will carry over into the month of October simply because of when I'm doing the read. It's just after the eclipse of the full moon, so prior to the eclipse of the sun. Anyway, the date will show when I post it, because I can't remember what day it is. I'm just not, my mind is just not there this morning. All right, what is the guidance for Aries? This read for September. It says Mitragina, shape-shifting. Well, look at that. Here we have Saturn with Neptune. We're really out there. Look at that. And you know, Aquarius came in with you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Again, you could be dealing with any sign. I'm not particularly pinpointing signs who you're dealing with. It's more of the energy and what's going on around you. And this could be where people are shifting, they're shape-shifting into what is their true selves, and this is why you're waiting, because there's wisdom in your patience. You yourself may be shape-shifting to form a connection, a better connection with people around you, or you are all shifting to meet in the middle, depending on the relationship that you have with the people that you're dealing with. All right, let's see. This is an interesting card because Mitraginia, I can't say it. Mitraginia. Sounds like that. Okay, so 34. Let's see what 34 says. This is a deep deck, this one. But I like it because it's a challenge, and I really like the challenge. And we get lots of information in this little book. 34. Again, it's a 7 when you break it down with the numerology. Oh, I was going past it again. 34. Here we go. Mitraginia, shape-shifting. In the upright, it's subconscious healing, synchronizing inner and outer worlds, shape-shifting, time travel, transcendence of illusion. Again, we come back to the illusion here, but we're changing because we're manifesting. You or someone else's, or both of you, or all of you are really trying to work things out so that you could be a family, or that you could be together, or that someone will change their way of thinking. Again, we see this is the future card, and this is where shape-shifting is being presented in the future. Having seen that everything is always the same, you want something different. You're doing what it takes, at least being able to reconcile, to do what it takes is part of it, or recognizing the connection that certain individuals, as in third parties, have with the relationship that you want to manifest or want to be a part of. Transcendence of illusion. So we see in the reverse, it's obsessive thoughts, illusionary facade, addiction, self-abandonment, unable to grow, or stagnancy. So you could be dealing with someone who's just not willing to change. And in that sense, you're like, okay, they're too stubborn. And I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to do all the work. I want to leave. They're not changing. And the bubble will pop. And you will say, okay, I gotta go. For some. So let's see a little bit about this Mitraginia. The indigenous peoples of Southeast Asia have valued the power of this rainforest tree for thousands of years and have used it as a poultice to treat wounds as well as treatment for a variety of symptoms, including stress, pain, fatigue, and fever. Like coca leaves in South American highlands, fresh leaves from the Mitraginia tree are chewed for energy and stamina. Someone needs to build up the courage, face their fears. Or being left out and being alone. Hold on, let's read that again. Like coca leaves in South American highlands, fresh leaves from the Mitraginia tree are chewed for energy and stamina throughout the day. Mitraginia was revered among monks in Asia as it assisted them during long periods of meditation by providing focused attention and positive energy. As early as the 19th century, kratom became well known as an opium substitute and quickly became a curative treatment for withdrawal from opium addiction. So it could be that you're dealing with people with addictions. Again, you know who you're dealing with. You know the illusion that they are living, if it is so. It became more popularized in the West due to Mitraginia's use in Thailand, Malaysia, and surrounding areas, helping those with morphine dependence. Mitraginia embodies elements of both Saturn and Neptune as it profoundly relieves and decompresses the musculoskeletal system, while granting a freeing and euphoric feeling to the body and mind. Used in the right amounts, it can greatly assist those with addiction. You see, you're dealing with somebody, could be water signs, could be air signs. Again, it doesn't matter. It is the energy, and it is your wisdom, it is your patience, it is your determination to see things change in a way that will give you that push to stay or to go. That is what this is all about. The balanced side of Mitraginia represents the ability to shape shift and adapt across realities. Like the dragonfly, Mitraginia grants us the power to break through the illusionary facade we often accept as reality, providing us the freedom from pain in order to break through limiting illusions. Dragonfly, like Mitraginia, starting to say this word, help us initiate subconscious healing from the trauma experience from endless cycles of pain and suffering. Dragonfly medicine invites us to seek out the parts of our habits that have come unchanged, unnoticed, and stagnant. Ask yourself, have I tended to the changes I've been wanting to make? Don't get lost in the labyrinth of self-doubt. Break free from elusive belief systems and hold back your transformation. So break free from the elusive belief systems that hold back your transformation. Again, your patience is the virtue here, Aries. On that note, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.